What's up, YouTube? So it's gonna be a super slow day today. It's really overcast and not a whole lot going on. I'm gonna try to do a walk around of the kayak today, show you guys what I've got on my kayak and just how I'm rigged up, and go get groceries, of course, with the family. It's Saturday, that's what we do on Saturdays. So stay tuned, and I'll have some more for you guys later. Sticks, big sticks, keep falling out of this stupid tree. Well, it's not a stupid tree, it's just stupid when it drops sticks. It's very annoying.
What's the no one's even in the car?
And then there was too much groceries. Okay guys, so I promised you a walk around, right? And I'm delivering. So this is the Pelican Catch 100. Pelican Premium. It's a decent yak. It's really good for the money. I think I got this thing for, I think it normally retails for like $6.49. I think I got it for like 10% off. They're selling all their yaks for 10% off, so it wasn't a bad deal at all. The way I got it set up is not too much different than the way I got it. I just added a couple things, a lot of DIY stuff. I guess I probably should have organized this a little bit better before. Should be a little bit better. Alright, now it's ready for you guys to check it out. Okay, so this is Pelican Catch 100. It's Pelican's premium kayak. It's 10 foot, like 10 foot 5 inches, somewhere around there. It's not a bad kayak for the money. Decent, handles decent on the water. It's got really good stability. I haven't modded it too much from the original condition. It's pretty much the same way it was. The only things that I really added, I added a DIY milk crate, DIY anchor, threw a fish finder on there, and I hit the water. That's pretty much it. Couple of things that I really like about it is it has got these heavy duty handles. I mean, these things are legit. They're riveted on to the hull. They're pretty sturdy. They're tough. I mean, they're made out of the same thing that Pelican cases are. Those of you who use Pelican cases, this thing's pretty much made out of the exact same stuff. It's got a it's a thicker hull than the older Pelicans. It's not quite, I guess, as thick as some of the the heavier hull models. It's got this hatch is kind of clutch. All I really use it for is it's not really a dry storage, but it's got the the slide lock on it, and it's got a little O-ring that eventually over time that's gonna go bad and it's gonna leak. But as of right now, it stays pretty dry. The only thing I've really got in there is I got my Pelican case that I use for my battery box, obviously, for my fish finder, and then I've got an in the hole mount for my transducer for my fish finder. It's kind of janky looking, but it works, and I don't have any issues with it. Just mounted the fish finder right here to the hole, right here in the front. I'm not too crazy about this position, because it's a little bit far away, and sometimes it's tough to read, but it works, and I can see it, and it's out of the way, so everything that I do is usually up here, in this area, so it's out of my way. It doesn't really bother me too much. It's got the adjustable foot pedals, and these things, they're pretty sturdy. They don't feel cheap. They feel pretty pretty tough. I got some pretty big feet, and they handle them pretty well. It's got it's like an integrated tape measure on the side that shows the it's got from, it's like a 0 all the way up to 24. Yeah. So, you measure your fish right there on the side. I usually don't. Most of mine, I just throw them back most of the time. It's got 4, holes in the center for scupper plugs. And something that I learned about scupper plugs is not only is it for keeping water out of the boat, but it's also for keeping water in the boat. So if you ever roll this thing over, if you ever hit some rough water, and you roll this thing over, and you've got your scupper plugs in, that water has nowhere to go. So it is going to sit right here until you pop those plugs out of there, and then obviously it'll drain out. It came with this little leash, this little stand-up leash, so you can use this to kind of help yourself stand up. I use this to hook my paddle leash to, which is right here. So just a regular yak gear paddle, nothing special. And then it's got these, in the floor, it's got this material. It's like a rubber non-skid, non-slip type material. Kind of helps you stand up. It's a little bit better for stability. This seat is really nice. It's a very, very nice seat that this thing has. It flips up, flips down for easy storage, and it's got a couple of different settings on it. You can basically undo this strap right here and just kind of slide this thing out. It's a little bit tough to do with one hand, but you get the gist of it. Yeah, okay. So you can take that strap out of there, and then you can adjust the different seating modes that it has on it. So this is obviously the highest setting. This is for sight casting and sitting up a little higher. And then you can actually take this thing down a notch. If I didn't have so much junk in the way, you can take this thing down a notch and it will sit down flat in the yak. So you are basically, you're sitting out flat like most of your your sit on top, kayaks without the chair. It kind of sits down flat there. And like I said, this thing, it folds down. I got a bunch of junk in the way because I like junk, I guess. So yeah, I mean, it folds up and down. It's very comfortable. I've sat in it for several hours on end. No issues. I don't have the greatest back in the world, but it works. It works for me. Again, these handles. I tell you what, military stuff, guys. If you know anybody or if you've ever been in the military, Army stuff. It's some of the best stuff to use. If you need cases, or if you need like little pouches, like this little bad boy right here. This is just a regular pouch. But I use it for, I keep my knife in there, a couple extra lights. You always want to have a light source when you're out, at night, and stuff like that, extra batteries, whatever, just random stuff. I usually throw my keys in there too. But yeah, these handles, again, I can't say enough great things, about these handles. They're tough, they're sturdy. They don't at all feel like they're gonna break or chip, or that I'm gonna hurt them. They're rigid and they're very tough. You've got your paddle strap, where you can obviously stick your paddle on the side and strap it up here. You've got these you've got 4 rod holders on this yak, and these actually point forward, so they point this way out towards the front of the kayak, and then these obviously point towards the rear. They point towards the rear of the kayak. So it's good for trolling, or just setting your rods in there and just kind of giving them a place to chill out and hang out. Once again, Army stuff. This is another old Army pouch. I just kind of stuck it on the back here. It's got my gloves and some other random stuff in it. This little bungee tie down back here. This is where I keep my milk crate. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just kind of pops off on the ends here, and you can kind of open that up, and plenty of storage. I mean, I don't know what a lot of you guys would carry. I don't carry much more than a milk crate and my anchor and my my life jacket. So, but I mean, you want to put a cooler back here, you want to put a milk crate back here, there's plenty of room. Plus you got this little hump area right here. I mean, you got plenty of space. Yeah, I got a bunch of random stickers sticking on this thing too. So, but yeah, on the sides, it's got a paddle paddle lock on both sides. Here's your other two rod holders here. I added an anchor trolley, and I'll kind of go over that in a separate video, kind of explain it to you guys, a little bit. They're not hard to mount. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of videos on YouTube on how to mount those things. They're not difficult at all. They're very simple. Pretty self-explanatory when you get them. This thing comes with some paddle eyes here, some little quick hooks. I use these to pretty much just hook random stuff on. I've got my dry box over here hooked on, for my phone. That's where I keep my phone at when I'm on the water. And I just hooked this is just a basic it's a watch, clock, barometer, little mini weather machine. That's where I keep my scupper plugs, because I don't usually don't go on the water with them in. I usually leave them off just in case. You never know when you're going to roll. It comes with two Scotty mounts up front. I haven't decided what I really want to use these for. I'm not a huge fan of a bunch of random things sticking off the side of the kayak while I'm trying to fish. I don't like things getting in my way. Pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty down to earth, just simplicity. I can't say that enough. Just simple. Keep it simple. Get on the water, have fun. That's pretty much where it's at. Don't spend a lot of time and a lot of money, trying to get everything perfect and, get all these extra accessories and gadgets and gizmos. Just, get out on the water and have fun. That's what this is all about. I'm going to snatch this seat out of here. And that comes out just like that. It's pretty easy, pretty easy to take out of there. And then you just left with the strap here. I'm going to roll this thing over. I'll show you guys what the bottom looks like. This thing does not weigh much at all. It's actually very, very, very light. I'm going to take my fish finder off so I don't break it. Once bitten, twice shy. Alright. So let's flip this thing over. You're going to hear a big clunk as soon as my battery flips over in the hatch there. Alright, well there we go. There's the bottom. As you guys can see, we got some beauty marks on it already. A little bit of sand dragging down off the shore. A little bit of dragging at the boat ramps. There's a good view of your four scupper holes in the bottom there. A couple little nicks and dings in the front. Like I said, this hole's, it's pretty thick, it's pretty solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to give much. It doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. I think it's going to last a pretty good while, for no more than what I use it for, just getting on the water and fishing. Eventually it's going to wear itself out, and, it's going to degrade over time. I think I did this yesterday. This little spot here, playing around up on some rocks. I think I got a little bit too close. Scratched them up a little bit. Those of you guys who didn't see that video, check that video out. But yeah, that's it. It's tough. It's gonna hold up. It's not gonna break down on you. Pay no attention to this flag. It's my little zombie flag. I found it at the boat ramp. I guess somebody lost it, and I just stapled it. Reduce, reuse, recycle, right? Let's whatever you got to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the the simple version of what I got here. I'll break down some of the other things that I have added to the boat in a DIY video. I'll break those down. The milk crate, the life jacket, and stuff like that. I'll break some of that stuff down for you guys. If you're looking to get a model like this, it works. It's simple. It doesn't cost a whole lot. Very easy to do, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. But the most important thing is get out there, get on the water, don't spend a lot of money, enjoy yourself, and have fun doing it. That's what this sport's all about. That's what I've learned from the guys who've inspired me to do this. That's just what I've learned. The easiest way is always the cheapest way. Get out there, do whatever you got to do. If you can't get a kayak and you don't have a kayak, get out there and fish. Most of you got tackle, rods, and reels and stuff at home. Grab a rod, grab a reel, just go out and fish. Just have fun, enjoy life. You're not here forever. Make the most out of the time you got while you're here. That's gonna do it for this video. Stay tuned. I'll be posting a little bit more, a couple of separate videos on the DIY stuff that I did just to get my yak how I got it now. Hopefully you like this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up in the bottom. Let me know how you feel about things in the comment section. If you think I could do something better, if you think I could add something to it or take something away from it, or what you guys think that works for you. I'm open for suggestions and open for ideas. Subscribe to my video. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media stuff. Thanks.